Hi guys, so today we are starting another batch of seeds. I cannot wait. My seed order should be here any minute from Johnny Seed, so I'm just waiting patiently. And in the meantime, we're gonna be starting over with my onion seeds. So couple things, when you're starting seeds, it is so important that you keep your soil moist and it does not dry out, which is where I failed. And even as an experienced gardener, I fail. So let's correct it. Let's start over. So a couple things about soil. When you are starting out with seeds indoors, you really want to be using a seed starting mix for a couple of reasons. One, a seed starting mix is not going to hold moisture for a long period of time. Now, I can already see the comments flooding in saying, well, isn't that contradictory to what you literally just said about keeping your soil moist? Yes and no. So the biggest difference is a traditional potting mix is going to hold that moisture for a really long time, which can result in your seeds like becoming soggy and infection, and you've got fungus coming in because it's going to just sit in water. Okay, with a seed starting mix, that water is going to flow through at a much faster rate, which is what you want so that your seeds aren't just sitting in water. That's why it's also super important to have really good drainage with your trays. So water often, you don't want your soil to dry out, but you also don't want your dirt to be just sopping wet either. I'm doing two different types. I'm doing a yellow, let's see, that's the red one, and a red. The yellow is it's called Walla Walla Sweet. My husband loves these. So this is a good option. This is why I put these in bags, guys. Because like when you open your seed packet, they don't always stay shut. Lesson learned the hard way on that one. These bags are perfect. Okay. So I'm gonna do, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter which side. I'm just gonna sprinkle like 10 or more in each cell. Let's see, there's some right in here too. I'm gonna just sprinkle them at the top. Onion seeds you can mass plant when you're starting them. So you can plant, you can cover this whole cube and then just separate them once they're big and once you start planting them out. All right, and then the red one is a Rosa di Milano. This was another really good one. This one stored really well for me. So we're just gonna pop a bunch. Okay. Another tip though is to pre-moisten your soil. So the trick with this is you want your soil to be wet enough where it's firm, but not too wet where it's dripping. So I'll show you kind of what the consistency you're looking for. So we're just gonna mix all this. Okay, so see how I can like grab it? See, there's a little bit of water there. Luckily I still have some dirt that's not quite wet yet. Okay, so see how it clumps up and there's no water dripping. I don't see any like abundance of water. There's a little bit. So overall, this is what you're looking for. All right, we're gonna grab this guy. We're just gonna lightly cover. I don't have a whole lot of room at the top just because I've already filled this up so much. we're just gonna press it in lightly. Make sure everything is covered. If you see any of these like wood clumps, take those out. They're not helpful. Okay, so that's done. I'm just gonna move some of the dirt out of the way here so I can do the vermiculite. Vermiculite is gonna be great for retaining that moisture at the top. It's also super helpful if you're experiencing a lot of fungus at your top of your soil, where it's like that green stuff that's forming, it's like fuzzy. Plus, in my experience, if I don't have that like fungal stuff, then the gnats stay at bay. That's just my experience. And then, so I don't make the same mistake twice, I'm going to use a spray bottle and just very lightly spray it so that vermiculite doesn't go everywhere. Once it gets damp enough, it won't move. All right, and there you go. So right now I am gonna bottom water these trays. If I were to start with a whole new tray, I would not bottom water because your soil will already be wet. But since this probably layer is all dry, I'm gonna bottom water too, just to give these trays are so nice, seriously. Like, there you go. So hopefully I can fill this whole tray up today once my seeds come. I might start some lavender now. Yeah, hopefully that was helpful.